hoping that we are done with Pride and Prejudice very soon. And so then instead of reading Pride and Prejudice, I will be doing the book recording, killing two birds with one stone, because time waits for no man or woman. You know what I mean? And so let me check the sound again. Better now. Well, I will take it. Thank you. Audio gods. Oh, this is stunning. Oh my gosh. Stunning. It sounds so much better. Did I say Pride and Prejudice? I meant Sense and Sensibility for sure. It's only Monday, my darlings. It's only Monday. What am I on? What am I on? Anyway. Oh. What would Fanny say? Fanny would say that I have my head in the clouds and I am a ne'er-do-well, and that's why she's not going to invite me to her house. And that's okay, because I'm not inviting Fanny to my house either. Trifling little heifer. I'm trying to forget about Willoughby and I'm trying to think about Darcy. It's so sad. Oh my God. Okay, friends. I have an idea, except I'm not sure that I have the acting chops to pull this off. But I wanted to do a round table featuring Willoughby, Wickham. Oh, April, perfect timing. I wanted to do a round table. Like, I wanted to do a video where I'm acting as Willoughby, Wickham, Darcy, and Rochester. And they are at a table trying to basically duke it out to see who is either the worst or the best. So, like, they're all accusing each other of their crimes, of their faults. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be so good, but I don't know if I have the acting chops for that, because yes, exactly, I'll red flag each other, but try to make the other one look bad. Make the other ones look bad. St. John will also be there, of course. Oh, maybe we add Churchill. You think Willoughby takes the crumpet? He doesn't deserve crumpets. He deserves ashes. He deserves ashes. But I hear you. You think Willoughby's going to win? Or maybe we just duke out Willoughby and Wickham, since they are the most egregious. Then we duke out Rochester and St. John. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. Do a pointing thing like the Spider-Man meme. At least, exactly. April was like, well, at least I didn't try marrying my cousin. I think it could be good. I think it could absolutely be good. But do I have the acting chops to pull it off? I don't know. Do I have the time to pull it off? I don't know. But I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, the way I hate on all of them. It'd be fun if I did a thing where they're all just hating on each other. So, but yeah, this is what's going on. I'm passing the phone. Ooh. Okay, if you see one of those videos, can you send it to me? I feel like I've only seen one of them. Thank you. So anyway, I've been deep in book prep. 5 unfinished books? No, I didn't know that. Jane Austen had 5 unfinished books. Oh, Miss Austen. I feel like she died too young. For real. What else did I want to share with you all? I think that's about it. I'm doing the book prep, so I'm listening to all of the chapters, and now I know where my characters are, like in time and place. I have gotten permission from the rights holder to do the recordings online, so she was always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Oh, maybe she never wanted to be. I feel like the way she wrote about men, she just could see through their games and she just never wanted to be, although she did give happy endings to her, female main characters. She just never wanted to be. All right, let me pull up the book and let's see what we can do before I got to go to bed. Now I have set up my glue gun and everything outside now, so I have to go make some crafts before I go to bed, because setting out the glue gun and stuff is all a whole production. My kiddo really swindled me. He absolutely swindled me. He swindled me to do the craft thing, and now I'm just like, oh, I want to make more. So book prep is what I've been doing. I need to buy a chair. Is like the last thing I need. Were they happy ending or settling? I think they were happy endings. Your friend did, April. Your friend did. So I came home early. Well, earlier than I normally would, because I would just, since I had to pick him up from school, I would end up just staying till it was pickup time, because he goes to aftercare. And I did have about 4 cards. I still have 4 cards that I need to shelve before tomorrow. Oh, he's getting the slander. So I said I was going to go back to the library. I made dinner early. And actually, when I was making dinner, my husband and my oldest were in the kitchen with me, and we're just chatting, just having a time. And so when I was leaving to go get the youngest, your bestie, the 2 of them came along. It was like a family trip. We all went together from the after school program, and we came home and immediately went to dinner because I'd made the food. I had tasted it. It tasted great. My oldest had tasted it. It was some seafood. It's pork rice, which I came up with. But if you like to make pulled pork, there's a recipe for it's called the Best Damn Instant Pot Pulled Pork. It is delicious. Hey, Stephanie. It is so good. And we make it often. So tender, really nice. It's like 1 hour in the Instant Pot. The thing is, hi, Rhonda. Hi. I have not checked your message yet, but I will after this, because I've just been running around. The Pot pulled pork, when you're done, there's a lot of broth left over, and I was like, this broth is way too flavorful to throw away. So I've been freezing them, and one day I was like, you know what, when you're making rice, you use broth. Let me try a little something. Something. So I took some chopped onions, and then when you save the broth, right, when you freeze it, once it cools down, hi, the Brown Baron. Once it cools down, you get a little bit of a oil right on top. So I just scoop that and use that as my oil base. Sauteed some onions, right? Added a bit more of the spices used for the pulled pork broth. It was like garlic powder, onion powder. I added a little bit of paprika, sometimes white, but whatever I feel like might make it smell good. I added a touch of cumin, sauteed it, and then I add the rice. I checked the measurements of the broth, and today I think I finally have the math down. So if I had 3 cups of broth and I took 3 cups of water and then I added half a cup, I could have just done 2.5 cups of rice and then 3 cups of broth, but I wanted more rice. So that's sort of the proportion. If you go with 1 cup of rice, you need 1.5 cups of fluid, so 1.5 cups of the broth. And I add, if you're vegetarian or vegan, I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm already starting with pork, so it's all over. But I usually have bacon. I bake huge trays of bacon, and then we save it. So if you need some, just grab like a piece or 2. So I take a few pieces of bacon, chop, use scissors and cut them up. And we had some leftover ham from Thanksgiving, so sauteed it as well. Then I added the rice, added the broth, Instant Pot, high pressure for 10 minutes, and then do the natural release for 10 minutes. It is so good. It is so good because the Instant Pot pulled pork already is delicious. So I take 1 meal, we get 2 meals out of that, and we don't even look for protein with that because of course we've already put ham and bacon in it. And today I made steamed broccoli with a little bit of butter. We inhaled that bad boy. And here is the pièce de résistance. The boys, which my husband and the boys, they add seaweed. So they take the seaweed snacks, right? And they use the seaweed to pick up the rice, like whatever. So today I tried it for the first time and I was like, I get it. It was so good. It was so good. So if you are ever, you need a quick meal, that Instant Pot pulled pork, amazing. It takes 1 hour in the Instant Pot, I believe, to make. I think you need 3 pounds of pork shoulder or whatever. So good. And then you save the broth for pork rice. It is amazing. And that's my food thing for the day. Anyway, where was I going with this? I came home early because I wanted to make that. It was all Instant Pot, hands off, right? I could still do some work. And then after it was done, I would skedaddle back to the library, work till like 5:45 and walk over to the aftercare to get him. But we didn't end up doing that. So when we came home, I know April is like craft. We came home, we had dinner, all that good stuff. And I said, I'm going back to the library. But then I was trying to take the trash out and he's supposed to help me take the trash out. He's sitting there, April, saying that he's doing art. He's drawing. When I ask him to do art, this boy looks at me and says he doesn't like art. He doesn't like drawing. Today, he was sitting at the table saying he's drawing. He's doing some art for his game. Right? When he's supposed to go grab the smaller trash bins from the rooms and bring it to empty it and take it out. So after I do that, I realized that the bigger garbage bag, something had punctured it and somebody had put something that was wet. So I took it out. Let your bestie be artistic. I took it out and there was water on the floor. So now that delayed my departure. And then at first he said he wouldn't go with me because he's doing his art. He wants to stay at home. Then he changed his mind and said he'll go with me to the library. And I said, okay, fine. Go change into your PJs because it's almost 7. Once we come home, it's going to be bedtime. By the time he finished, I started checking work email. You know how that goes. And so then it was like 7:30 and I was like, okay, I cannot take you in good conscience. She was like, can't take you at 7:30 and think we'll leave. And, that would be irresponsible of me. He starts crying, April. He burst into tears. He was like, after I've done all this work and even put on my shoes. And I've been waiting so long. I was like, honey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, you were waiting. I know, such a beautiful. I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. How can I make it better? I'm so sorry. He was crying. He told me on Saturday, he said that he doesn't like making plans and not following them. Like, a change in plans is just, you're messing with him. So that's why he cried. He's like, after I've changed and I've been waiting so long. Because he had put on his PJs and put on his shoes. Like, that was... And I said, okay, how about this? How about I make you some warm milk and you can have it with cookies? Because I made sugar cookies last night. And he's like, the ones you just made? The tears were like, God. I said, yes, the ones I just made. So I made a cup of milk for him, made cookies, and I was like, you know what? His schedule was all messed up. How dare I do that? How dare I? And so I bought these fairy lights, and I meant to put them in empty glass jars. I got some from Facebook Marketplace, got some from parents in the community. So I was like, hey, you know what? While you're drinking your milk and whatever, let's do something crafty. He got so excited. And we had gone to the dollar store on Saturday, so he took out some of the figurines and he's like, let's put this in. So now we start putting in the jar and I'm like, this could be improved upon. And that's where we went, because the figurines were not staying put when we were trying to put it in. So I was like, okay, fine, we should probably glue it. So I said, go bring a piece of cardboard. We got a piece of cardboard, and then I cut it into a little circle that would fit into the jar. Then I glued it, and I was like, okay, that's great now. He's like, let's put snow. I'm like, okay, sure, let's put snow. Because we had bought some fake snow. So we put the fake snow in. I'm like, okay, now the fake snow is sitting on the people. We have to take them back out and arrange it and put it. And he's like, okay, Mom, I think you should put the lights on. I'm like, okay, fine. And so later on, I'm like, it's past your bedtime. He's like, yeah, I got to stay up later. And I was like, dang it, he got me again. He got me again. He got me real good. He got me real good. If we had gone to the library and come back, we would have been in bed earlier. He's absolutely clever. When he says, Mom, I want to knit with you, I know. Hey, Devin. Welcome back, Devin. I know. If he comes and says, Mom, I want to knit with you, it didn't click for this, so now I know. Oh my God, Devin. Devin came in again. Guns are blazing. Thank you. You are too kind. Thank you. So here we are. I did not make it to the library. Bestie got to go to bed late, but now we have a beautiful... Oh my God, hold on. Now I have to show you. Hold on. Now I have to show you, right? I have to show you. Hold on. Peachy! Alrighty, here it is. Let me show you the thingy that we made. Hi, Peachy. So, this is it. This is my little cutie baby. It's so cute. I love it. Right? A light of twine. Well, yeah, I need to figure out, I feel like I need to find a way to make this like a chandelier effect in there, because I use tape and it's very apparent. No, it's really cute. Let me turn the light on. It is very, very lovely. And the funny thing is, this was not my plan. I have a bigger jar that I was gonna put a house in, and that's the house that Chiquita was telling me I could go. So this is, right? Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, he chose I went and bought the figurine. It was a 3-pack. It had the 2 lampposts and the person on the bench, and he said he wanted one, so I bought one for him too. So apparently he's opened his and he gave me his, and I said, okay, great, this is for the library. And he's like, no, that's my person. And I said, I have another one. If I had a drill for glass, you could drill 2 holes, and add a handle. I just bought trays from Michael's, so I'm gonna put that on the tray, and then I have I'll put something decorative next to it. But yeah, a handle, and then weave the lights through. I was like, there has to be a way to make a chandelier out of the fairy lights, right? Like a twig or something, wrap it around something so that it's not touching the person, because I just want it to hang on the top and give light. But right now I use tape and it does not look as enticing, but it's fun. And I have a bigger jar that I used to put, hey Cookie, I used to put decorations in for my knitting. When I went for a craft fair, I would put in pine cones and little ornament balls, and then the fairy lights, just to make it, and literally the color of the ornaments are this color, green and teal and whatever. And so it's really big. E600 glue. You could make a handle using a kind of knot where it holds onto the lid. Right. Yeah. Well, what I want is to find a way to twist the fairy lights into like a chandelier, so that I only stick it to like the little tree branch kind of thing. I'm trying to be all that. Maybe I could crochet it. The kind of twisting they do to hang potted. Oh yeah, like macrame, right? AI says crafting a fairy light jar. Ask for DIY tips. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. I have a bigger jar. So the bigger jar, I wanted to put a tree, because I saw this photo that someone had put. It was a tree, 3 Christmas, like 3 fir trees and a house with snow. And I was like, oh, I love that. If I can do that and put some fairy lights, it'll be very pretty. So I'm going to make that as well. Anyway, let's read this chapter. It's 26 pages. When we are done, I will do my sample recording for my class. Mancy on the tube. Hi, it's been a while. I'm so sorry. My sound was just not working well. I think it's better now, right, Mancy? So nice to see you. It's been a hot minute. Anyway, let's do chapter 46 of Sense and Sensibility, shall we? Grab your drinks, grab a friend, grab your snuggle bunnies. Only 26 pages. You missed the chapters that had over 50 pages at least. Brock. Alyssa. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, my darling. It's good to see you. Hey, let's see. Devin, how you been? Mancy, how have you been? It's been a while. Let him cook. Ginger Man. Is it Gingerbread Man? Let's do that. Let's do Gingerbread Man. I'm making myself hungry. I will grab my bestie, but you made him go to bed. I'm hanging, Devin. I'm hanging. Listen, Miss April, you can come for your bestie and stay up with him. You can have him and stay up with him, because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Because in the morning, oh my God, in the morning, he's like a little stick of gum. He's like, I'm tired. I don't want to wake up. Oh. And I'm just like, no. Oh, he's like a stick of gum. He does not want to move. Does not want to move at all. Anyway, hi. Hey, Jalita. How are you? Jalita on Twitch. Nice to see you, darling. Let's get started. I sound a little nasal, I think, because this cold, like a stick of gum that has just been chewed. My sister was like that too when we were growing up. When they sleep, they just stick to you. Like if you peel them off, another part just hits you. You peel them off, another part sticks to you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly like gum. I sound a little nasally today. I'm so sorry. This cold and cough and this whole business is just not moving, but we're going to try. I have one new super fan. Who is my super fan? Who is my super fan? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Okay. I have no idea what this means. Okay. All right, TikTok, stop distracting me. We got a book to read. We got a book to read. Oh, Nancy is having a good morning. Yay. I'm so happy to hear that. I sound so happy talking. I know. My kiddo, he can be exasperating, but it's all joy. It really is all joy. You trying to sing on Saturday for choir rehearsal and had a voice, half a voice. That is never fun. That is never fun. Hi. Okay, darlings, let's read chapter 46, volume 3 of Sense and Sensibility. After this chapter, we have only 4 to go. It's 50 chapters, so I think we can do it, yeah? Let's go. Whew. Marianne's illness, though weakening in its kind, had not been long enough to make her recovery slow. And with youth, natural strength, and her mother's presence in aid, it proceeded so smoothly so as to enable, I just added a word. It proceeded so smoothly as to enable her to remove, within 4 days after the arrival of the latter, into Mrs. Palmer's dressing room. when there, at her own particular request, for she was impatient to pour forth her thanks to him for fetching her mother, Colonel Brandon was invited to visit her. His emotion on entering the room, in seeing her altered looks, and in receiving the pale hand which she immediately held out to him, was such as, in Eleanor's conjecture, must arise from something more than his affection for Marianne, or the consciousness of its being known to others. And she soon discovered in his hi, baby. And she soon discovered in his melancholy eye and varying complexion as he looked at her sister the probable recurrence of many past scenes of misery to his mind, brought back by that resemblance between Marianne and Eliza already acknowledged, and now strengthened by the hollow eye, the sickly skin, the posture of reclining weakness, and the warm acknowledgement of peculiar obligation. Hi, Dee. Mrs. Dashwood, not less watchful of what passed than her daughter, but with a mind very differently influenced, and therefore watching to a very different effect, saw nothing in the Colonel's behaviour but what arose from the most simple and self-evident sensations, while in the actions and words of Marianne she persuaded herself to think that something more than gratitude already dawned. At the end of another day or two, Marianne growing visibly stronger every 12 hours, Mrs. Dashwood, urged equally by her own and her daughter's wishes, began to talk of removing to Barton. On her measures depended those of On her measures depended those of her two friends. Mrs. Jennings could not quit Cleveland during the Dashwood stay, and Colonel Brandon was soon brought, by their united request, to consider his own abode there as equally determinate, if not equally indispensable. At his and Mrs. Jennings's united request in return, Mrs. Dashwood was prevailed on to accept the use of his carriage on her journey back, for the better accommodation of her sick child. And the Colonel, at the joint invitation of Mrs. Dashwood and Mrs. Jennings, whose active good nature made her friendly and hospitable for other people as well as herself, engaged with pleasure to redeem it by a visit at the cottage in the course of a few weeks. The day of separation and departure arrived, and Marianne, after taking so particular and lengthened a leave of Mrs. Jennings, one so earnestly grateful, so full of respect and kind wishes as seemed due to her own heart from a secret acknowledgment of past inattention, and bidding Colonel Brandon farewell with the cordiality of a friend, was carefully assisted by him into the carriage, of which he seemed anxious that she should engross at least half. Mrs. Dashwood and Eleanor then followed, and the others were left by themselves to talk of the travellers and feel their own dullness, till Mrs. Jennings was summoned to her chaise to take comfort in the Chapter 46 of Sense and Sensibility. Is it chaise or chaise? I have pronounced it both ways, and I have never correctly. Chaise, right? Chaise, that's British. Chaise, ooh. I have a chaise. American is also chaise. Chaise, oh, chaise. That's so bland. Chaise. Okay. Chaise. Okay. Let us fix that right now. Okay. Mrs. Dashwood and Eleanor then followed, and the others were left by themselves to talk of the travellers and feel their own dullness, till Mrs. Jennings was summoned to her chaise to take comfort in the gossip of her maid for the loss of her two young companions. and Colonel Brandon immediately afterwards took his solitary way to Delaford. Another word. Here we go. Here we go. Uh-oh. Solitary. 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 Oh my God. Solitary. Solitary. And Colonel Brandon immediately afterwards took his solitary way to Delaford. The Dashwoods were 2 days on the road, and Marianne bore her journey on both without essential fatigue. Everything that the most zealous affection, the most solicitous care could do to render her comfortable was the office of each watchful companion, and each found their reward in her bodily ease and her calmness of spirits. To Elinor, the observation of the latter was particularly grateful. She, who had seen her week after week so constantly suffering, oppressed by anguish of heart which she had neither courage to speak of nor fortitude to conceal, now saw with a joy which no other could equally share, an apparent composure of mind which, in being the result, as she trusted, of serious reflection, must eventually lead her to contentment and cheerfulness. As they approached Barton, indeed, and entered on scenes of which every field and every tree brought some peculiar, some painful recollection, she grew silent and thoughtful, and, turning away her face from their notice, sat earnestly gazing through the window. But here Elinor could neither wonder nor blame, and when she saw, as she assisted Marianne from the carriage, that she had been crying, she saw only an emotion too natural in itself to raise anything less tender than pity, and, in its unobtrusiveness, entitled to praise. In the whole of her subsequent manner, she traced the direction of a mind awakened to reasonable exertion, for no sooner had they entered their common sitting-room than Marianne turned her eyes around it with a look of resolute firmness, as if determined at once to accustom herself to the sight of every object with which the remembrance of Willoughby could be connected. She said little, but every sentence aimed at cheerfulness, and though a sigh sometimes escaped her, it never passed away without the atonement of a smile. After dinner she would try her pianoforte. She went to it, but the music on which her eye first rested was an opera, procured for her by Willoughby, containing some of their favourite duets, and bearing on its outward leaf her own name in his handwriting. That would not do. She shook her head, put the music aside, and after running over the keys for a minute, complained of feebleness in her fingers and closed the instrument again, declaring, however, with firmness as she did so, that she should in future practice much. The next morning produced no abatement in these happy symptoms. On the contrary, with a mind and body alike strengthened by rest, she looked and spoke with more genuine spirit, anticipating the pleasure of Margaret's return, and talking of the dear family party which would then be restored, of their mutual pursuits and cheerful society, as the only happiness worth a wish. "When the weather is settled and I have recovered my strength," said she, "we will take long walks together every day. We will walk to the farm at the edge of the down and see how the children go on. We will walk to Sir John's new plantations at Barton Cross and the Abbeyland, and we will often go to the old ruins of the Priory and try to trace its foundations as far as we are told they once reached. I know we shall be happy. I know the summer will pass happily away. I mean, never to be later in rising than 6, and from that time till dinner I shall divide every moment between music and reading. I have formed my plan, and am determined to enter on a course of serious study. Our own library is too well known to me to be resorted to for anything beyond mere amusement, but there are many works well worth reading at the park, and there are others of more modern production which I know I can borrow of Colonel Brandon. By reading only 6 hours a day, I shall gain in the course of a 12-month a great deal of instruction which I now feel myself to want. Elinor honored her for a plan which originated so nobly as this, though smiling to see the same eager fancy which had been leading her to the extreme of languid indolence and selfish repining, now at work in introducing excess into a scheme of such rational employment and virtuous self-control. Her smile, however, changed to a sigh when she remembered that her promise to Willoughby was yet unfulfilled, and feared she had that to communicate which might again unsettle the mind of Marianne, and ruin, at least for a time, this fair prospect of busy tranquillity. Willing, therefore, to delay the evil hour, she resolved to wait till her sister's health were more secure before she appointed it. But the resolution was made only to be broken. Okay, TikTok is telling me that Stephanie has watched this live for 200 minutes and I should celebrate with you with a sticker. Okay. All right. Sticker up. Let's go, Stephanie. Oh, where did it go? That's so funny. Ha 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 ha. Congratulations for 200 minutes on here. All right, what's going on? Here we go. Marianne had been 2 or 3 days at home before the weather was fine enough for an invalid like herself to venture out. But at last a soft, genial morning appeared, such as might tempt the daughter's wishes and the mother's confidence, and Marianne, leaning on Elinor's arm, was authorized to walk as long as she could without fatigue in the lane before the house. The sisters set out at a pace, slow as the feebleness of Marianne in an exercise hitherto untried since her illness required, and they had advanced only so far beyond the house as to admit a full view of the hill, the important hill behind, when, pausing with her eyes turned towards it, Marianne calmly said, "There, exactly there," pointing with one hand, "on that projecting mound. There I fell, and there I first saw Willoughby." Her voice sunk with the word, but presently reviving, she added, "I am thankful to find that I can look with so little pain on the spot. Shall we ever talk on that subject, Elinor?" Hesitatingly it was said. "Or will it be wrong? I can talk of it now, I hope, as I ought to do." Elinor tenderly invited her to be open. "As for regret," said Marianne, "I have done with that as far as he is concerned. I do not mean to talk to you of what my feelings have been for him, but what they are now. At present, if I could be satisfied on one point, if I could be allowed to think that he was not always acting a part, not always deceiving me, but above all, if I could be assured that he never was so very wicked as my fears have sometimes fancied him since the story of that unfortunate girl." She stopped. Elinor joyfully treasured her words as she answered, "If you could be assured of that, you think you should be easy." "Yes. My peace of mind is doubly involved in it, For not only is it horrible to suspect a person who has been what he has been to me of such designs, but what must it make me appear to myself? What in a situation like mine but a most shamefully unguarded affection could expose me to? How then, asked her sister, would you account for his behavior? I would suppose him, oh, how gladly would I suppose him, only fickle, very, very fickle. Eleanor said no more. She was debating within herself on the eligibility of beginning her story directly, or postponing it till Marianne were in stronger health, and they crept on for a few minutes in silence. I am not wishing him too much good, said Marianne at last with a sigh, when I wish his secret reflections may be no more unpleasant than my own. He will suffer enough in them. Do you compare your conduct with his? No. I compare it with what it ought to have been. I compare it with yours. Our situations have borne little resemblance. They have borne more than our conduct. Do not, my dearest Eleanor, let your kindness defend what I know your judgment must censure. My illness has made me think. It has given me leisure and calmness for serious recollection. Long before I was enough recovered to talk, I was perfectly able to reflect. I considered the past. I saw in my own behavior, since the beginning of our acquaintance with him last autumn, nothing but a series of imprudence towards myself, and want of kindness to others. I saw that my own feelings had prepared my sufferings, and that my want of fortitude under them had almost led me to the grave. My illness, I well knew, had been entirely brought on by myself by such negligence of my own health, as I had felt even at the time to be wrong. Had I died, it would have been self-destruction. I did not know my danger till the danger was removed, but with such feelings as these reflections gave me, I wonder at my recovery. Wonder that the very eagerness of my desire to live, to have time for atonement to my God, and to you all, did not kill me at once. Had I died, in what peculiar misery should I have left you, my nurse, my friend, my sister? TikTok is checking that I'm awake and I'm alive and I'm a human. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for the follow. We got a new follower in here. What's the name? Quilton Cats and Bats. Hi. Let me use this as an opportunity to take a little sip. Welcome in. Joining the party. I know Jeff, sir. How are you? Nice to see you. Jeff was our OG moderator, y'all. Okay, where'd I get to? You. Okay, here we go. Gingerbread. Almost as beautiful as I'm doing. Well, thank you, sir. I'm very happy to hear that. How are your legs? Are they both doing well? All right, here we go. You, who had seen all the fretful selfishness of my latter days, who had known all the murmurings of my heart, how should I have lived in your remembrance, my mother too? How could you have consoled her? I cannot express my own abhorrence of myself. Whenever I looked towards the past, I saw some duty neglected or some failing indulged. Everybody seemed injured by me. The kindness, the unceasing kindness of Mrs. Jennings, I had repaid with ungrateful contempt. To the Middletons, to the Palmers, the Steeles, to every common acquaintance even, I had been insolent and unjust, with a heart hardened against their merits, and a temper irritated by their very attention. To John, to Fanny, yes, even to them, little as they deserve, I had given less than their due. But you above all, above my mother, had been wronged by me. I, and only I, knew your heart and its sorrows. Oh, I just heard that bubble. I, and only I, knew your heart and its sorrows. Yet to what did it influence me? Not to any compassion that could benefit you or myself. Your example was before me, but to what avail? Was I more considerate of you and your comfort? Did I imitate your forbearance, or lessen your restraints by taking any part in those offices of general complaisance or particular gratitude which you had hitherto been left to discharge alone? No, not less when I knew you to be unhappy than when I had believed you at ease did I turn away from every exertion of duty or friendship, scarcely allowing sorrow to exist but with me, regretting only that heart which had deserted and wronged me, and leaving you, for whom I professed an unbounded affection, to be miserable for my sake. Here ceased the rapid flow of her Here ceased the rapid flow of her self-reproving spirit, and Eleanor, impatient to soothe, though too honest to flatter, gave her instantly that praise and support which her frankness and her contrition so well deserved. Marianne pressed her hand and replied, "You are very good. The future must be my proof. I have laid down my plan, and if I am capable of adhering to it, my feelings shall be governed and my temper improved. They shall no longer worry others, nor torture myself. I shall now live solely for my family. You, my mother, and Margaret must henceforth be all the world to me. You will share my affections entirely between you. From my home, I shall never again have the smallest incitement to move, and if I do mix in other society, it will be only to show that my spirit is humbled, my heart amended, and that I can practice the civilities, the lesser duties of life, with gentleness and forbearance. As for Willoughby, to say that I shall soon or that I shall ever forget him would be idle. His remembrance can be overcome by no change of circumstances or opinions, but it shall be regulated. It shall be checked by religion, by reason, by constant employment." She paused and added in a low voice, "If I could but know his heart, everything would become easy." Eleanor, who had now been for some time reflecting on the propriety or impropriety of speedily hazarding her narration without feeling at all nearer decision than at first, heard this, and perceiving that, as reflection did nothing, resolution must do all, soon found herself leading to the fact. She managed the recital, as she hoped, with address, prepared her anxious listener with caution, related simply and honestly the chief points on which Willoughby grounded his apology, did justice to his repentance, and softened only his protestations of present regard. Marianne said not a word. She trembled. Her eyes were fixed on the ground, and her lips became whiter than even sickness had left them. 1,000 inquiries sprang up from her heart, but she dared not urge one. She caught every syllable with panting eagerness. Her hand, unknowingly to herself, pressed. Oh my God, hold on. Her hand, unknowingly to herself, closely pressed her sister's, and tears covered her cheeks. Eleanor, dreading her being tired, led her towards home, until they reached the door of the cottage, easily conjecturing what her curiosity must be, though no question was suffered to speak it, talked of nothing but Willoughby, and their conversation together, and was carefully minute in every particular of speech and look, where minuteness could be safely indulged. As soon as they entered the house, Marianne, with a kiss of gratitude, and these 2 words just articulate through her tears, "Tell Mama," withdrew from her sister and walked slowly upstairs. Eleanor would not attempt to disturb a solitude so reasonable as what she now sought, and with a mind anxiously pre-arranging its result, and a resolution of reviving the subject again should Marianne fail to do it, she turned into the parlor to fulfill her parting injunction. And that was chapter 46, volume 3 of Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Yay! 4 more chapters to go, but it's 11:05. Oh my God. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. So, what's going to happen now is that I am going to practice my sample and try to record it to see if I can submit it to my teacher, because I need it. I need to record it. Tomorrow is the last day of the class, and so Oh, good night, Bridget. Good to see you, though. Please sleep well. You're giving me gingerbread, man. Oh, Devin, you're so kind. Give to the UNHCR. I don't know what happened to my banner today. I just put the gingerbread man there because they look cute. Brock, are you going to France? Is it time to go see the family in France, in Provence? Yay! Oh, yay, darling. Have a safe flight. Wow, you've gone and come. Listen, have a safe flight. We will miss you, but I bet you'll pop in once in a while. I'm so excited for you. Oh my God. Please, if you find some really picturesque scenes, can you take photos and videos for me? You don't have to be in it. But just picturesque scenes, food, places with the light and the snow and greenery and everything. I would love to see it. And definitely the food, of course. Definitely the food. Have a good night. Oh, Brock, I hope you're all packed and ready. I'm so excited for you. Flight is at 6 a.m., so you're probably going to be up in like 3 hours to get to the airport. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. Yay! Go. I'm so excited for you. I love it. Why aren't you opening? Open, darling. Okay, here we go. I have to name it. My voice is not the best, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it anyway. Because done is better than... Right? Done is better than perfect, right? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I sound so nasal. Here we go. Oh. Maybe push my mic back. No, sorry. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave you like that. And I'm gonna try to record. Lord have mercy. Oh Lord have mercy, mercy, mercy. I know I'm delay tactics. You took a quick mini nap. Welcome back, dear. Welcome back. We are going to record. I'm gonna record the sample for this bad boy, and we shall see. Oh, it's very cold. Ooh, I bet. Low 30. I'm crying at 40 something. So, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna start recording, and then we will see what happens. I'll try to take my time. I have to give it 10 seconds of room tone. So I'm recording a sample from Becoming Hook by Mary Meacham. Part of the first paragraph, the first chapter has been reworked. I'm recording as a sample for my coach. I'm in a class, so. Whew, okay, breathe. Here we go. Done is better than perfect. All right. Peter had granted Jimmy permission to release one of the pixies from her cage, and Jimmy watched, mesmerized, as she flitted around the damp underground cave he and Pete used as a hideout. "Release me," the tiny pixie pled. "Let me out." Jimmy stared. This pixie was not buzzing around the room like some foolish bumblebee. She was frantically running her hands all over the cave wall, desperately yet methodically searching for an escape. "You can talk?" The pixie performed a graceful pirouette in the air, spinning to face him. "You understand me?" "Yes, I only heard jingling bells before, like always, but I can hear your voice now." The pixie held her hands up to her tiny mouth. "You haven't been putting the dust into your drink each morning, have you?" It was a statement, not a question. Jimmy thought hard. Every morning, pixie dust was mixed in with your milk to be drunk at breakfast. But after he got violently sick from eating bad mushrooms... Oh my God. Yeah! I made a mistake. Oh, gods. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Shake it off. I'm just going to delete all of that, and we're going to start all over again. No. Where's the cursor? Okay. All right, here we go. I undid the recording, and I'm going to start all over again. My apologies. We're going to do one take, and then we're going to be done. Thank you, darlings, for the energy. Here we go. Peter had granted Jimmy permission to release one of the pixies from her cage, and Jimmy watched, mesmerized, as she flitted around the damp underground cave he and Pete used as a hideout. "Release me," the tiny pixie pled. "Let me out." Jimmy stared. This pixie was not buzzing around the room like some foolish bumblebee. She was frantically running her hands all over the cave wall, desperately yet methodically searching for an escape. "You can talk?" The pixie performed a graceful pirouette in the air, spinning to face him. "You understand me?" "Yes. I only heard jingling bells before, like always, but I can hear your voice now." The pixie held her hands up to her tiny mouth. "You haven't been putting the dust into your drink each morning, have you?" It was a statement, not a question. Jimmy thought hard. Every morning, pixie dust was mixed in with your milk to be drunk at breakfast. But after he got violently sick from eating bad mushrooms some months ago, milk began to taste strange to him, and he had avoided it since. "No, not lately. Why?" The pixie tilted her head from side to side. "You're older." "No, I'm not," Jimmy declared, outraged at such a suggestion. Wasn't aging the worst crime of all in Neverland? "It's true," she screeched, her thin voice piercing Jimmy's mind like a dagger. "Why do you think Peter Pan has you steal our dust every day? It's to keep you young forever and never return to your families. He's a monster who kidnapped all of you." "Stop it! You're lying!" Jimmy yelled, then leapt off his cot, snatched the mischievous pixie out of the air, and thrust her back into her prison. "Do you even remember your family?" the pixie asked knowingly. "Shut up!" Jimmy screamed. Then he snatched up the cage, ran down to the animal shed, and shoved it onto one of the many pixie-laden shelves. Got it. I got it. I got it. Got it. Dun, dun, boom, 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 boom. Now, I don't know how to play it back so you guys can hear because it's going into my headset. Oh, Lord. You can't hear, right? Jimmy stared. This pixie was not buzzing around the room like some foolish bumblebee. She was frantically running her hands all over the cave wall, desperately yet methodically searching for an escape. "You can talk?" The pixie performed a graceful pirouette in the air, spinning to face him. "You understand me?" "Yes. I've only heard jingling bells before, like always, but I can hear your voice now." The pixie held her hands up to her tiny mouth. you know what? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I will take it. I will send it. I will get the feedback and I will get better. I will improve, right? So that's what we gonna do. I think it's fine. Probably not the best, but if I don't send it, I will never get the feedback and know what to improve. So I like it. I like it. I really, really like it. I need to go to bed. I need to do my crafting. Oh my God, so much to do. So little time. Oh. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me as usual. Happy Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Yes, you too, Devin. Tomorrow is a 6th class day. It's gonna be crazy, I think. Apparently, I got disconnected from YouTube and Instagram. So, per usual. Bye, y'all. Have a